So I've been doing this 10 years and I still haven't won anything. Welcome to disclosure season. So last year we did a show for the FitX Strom Classic, came third. It's the closest I've come. I've been doing this for over 10 years. First actual kind of show was 2014, so I've been around a while and I've just never won anything. I did another show in 2017, so this is going to be the one. It's got to be. It's the first time I've gone into this with a coach, so I am fit, and this is the best I've looked like from an off-season sort of thing going into a prep. So I'm feeling quietly confident. I don't want to jinx anything. Hopefully with this series, I'm going to show you a little bit more into what actually goes into a bodybuilding prep. Like, obviously on my Instagram, we go into more the lifestyle stuff, like how to get shredded for a holiday, but a bodybuilding show, a bodybuilding prep is more about like dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's, making sure there's no stone unturned. So hopefully we can give you a little bit of an insight into that and what's done differently. So you'll notice with this exercise, what I'll do is rather than being like two arms and square on sort of thing, I really struggle to feel my lats on exercises, so I'll do most lat exercises single arm. But then as well as that, what I'm doing is I've got 1 foot forward, so it minimises like the torso movement that way. And then I'm leaning over to the one side so my elbow aligns better, and we're driving that elbow down into the hip. And I'm also leaning like I'm around that sort of area, so we're like coming down like that sort of thing. So it's not just leaning over from your hips, we're actually moving, like taking that bend there sort of thing. So yeah, let's do some work and stop chatting. So these are the most losable item ever. I've only got one. So I'm going to have to keep switching it over. Bit of a pain in the arse, but we make do. I'll get some new ones for the next episode. 1 foot forward, lean over, shoulder stays in place so there's no scapular movement, and then drive. That's that done. I'll double check. Training program I've just showed you a blank screen. My training program from my coach, Gaz. I'm actually programmed for a different gym for this, so we're sort of chopping and changing a little bit. I'm usually over Foundry Wolves, but a PT here. So as we get further into the prep, we'll probably start training here more and more because it's just more convenient. It's a good gym, all hammer strength. So what can you say? So yeah, we are 15 weeks out. We've been dieting now for 3 weeks. I'm still not shredded, which is pretty weird considering I've been doing cardio, but no, on a serious note, that's an 18-week prep is the longest I've ever done. I think the longest before that would have been 14 weeks. So we're expecting to come in like really, really lean this time, like skinless, to the bone, whatever other sort of words you want to use for it, but it's just going to allow us to manage things a little bit better along the way, just take our time with it a little bit more. Like last year in particular, I think I took about 11 weeks or 10 weeks. It was a bit of a shotgun prep, and I did feel like, I expect to feel like death towards the end, but there was a good chunk of it where I felt like death last time, so we'll see. It'd be nice if I didn't, but bodybuilding, innit? Obviously I'm warm, but I'll do like a feeler set or a couple of feeler sets to sort of get myself used to that movement pattern. Like I'm not going to go straight into like my working weight on an exercise. Like I don't, feels like you're being raped into the exercise. I like to gently caress myself into the exercise. So this one, a similar premise to the last one to be fair, but we're going obviously moving in a different, like the horizontal plane rather than the vertical plane. Going for the lats again, so a similar, like I say, similar setup. So we're actually leaning over to the one side, breaking there again, 1 foot there. Then we're using like your foot and that arm as counter force sort of thing to like pull into the machine. And then when we're pulling in, we want your elbow as close to your body and your hip as possible. And you're actually pushing down as well, sort of thing. So there is some downward intent on that elbow too. So yeah. Do something, stop talking.
Gotta aim for the top like hello. Yeah, I can never doubt myself, I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles that I'm in my element, it's evident that there's level to the game. All of those dark nights I got then, breaking my back to make it out, got me feeling like rain. I ain't never need your help, I know you wishing me well. A penny for your thoughts, but seeing no change. I snap for the sun like Diddy, the riches got a mad ass son, I'm like Billy. I ain't never switch up.
So on those last two, we were working the lats, so this is my lat focused pull day. I'll have another pull day at the back end of the week. There'll be more upper back, so more flare in the elbows. But we are going to do one upper back movement. And it's actually going to be a lat pull down, which is really confusing, I know. But where your elbows are coming away from your body, we're going to be working more into your upper back. I believe this is what I went wrong with back development for years and years, sort of thing. So like, I was doing overhand pull-ups, loads of these, stacking this and stuff, using shit form, and my back, like my lats just weren't sort of growing. It's only over the last few years where I've started to understand like the biomechanics of it, and like alignment, where the lat's actually working, that my back started to grow really well. So this one, I'll do a little warm-up set and show you. So we're actually gonna like take that slight lean back. We're letting your scapula come up, your shoulder blades, and then we're coming down, pinching that together and flaring your elbows out away from your body. So some of you may feel this in your lats, but it's actually not the best position for your lats to work, sort of thing. We're actually working more into like your mid to lower trap sort of thing, rhomboids, that sort of area. So really pinching and squeezing in that back. Load it up.
Set the pace as long as you finish. Consumers find a way inside your business. Babble if they try to dabble in it and they hate the fact that they may have to witness. You trying to aim for the top like this and you're in your element with a fire like this. And they hoping you fall and they praying you miss. But it's all in the risk. I got you with the switch, you know. I'm in the zone. Give me the throne. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas. 155 on the road. You could be a friend of me, an enemy. Keep that same old energy, cause I know I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element.
Could do without the strap. Any good lifting straps, comment below. So like, at this point, I'd probably be pushing twice as hard as I am now, sort of thing. And like, just digging myself into a hole you can't get out of, sort of thing. So where I really thought, like, knew that I needed a coach was the off season. Like, I'm just a normal guy. Like, I like to go out and party. I like to eat out, eat good food and stuff. But having a coach sort of, I did go out and party, make no mistake about it, but I kept a lid on it a little bit more than I would have. I had that accountability so that like when my appetite was dying, like I just didn't want to eat food I knew I just had to eat because I had to check in with Gaz, and I didn't want the angry Scottishman telling me off. So 15 weeks, we've got plenty of time. Plenty of time to get shredded. I need to be leaner than last year. I think I was still holding, I reckon I could have got another 5-6 pounds off my, I say off my lower back, but just off everywhere in general sort of thing. So I'm sure Gaz will see to that though. We'll just sort of keep digging and use, like, I know people that say like, oh, you fatigue management this, fatigue management that, but it does work when you're using like diet breaks and stuff. It can sort of break it up mentally and stuff. At the end of the day, like when your food's dropped that low, like at the end of a prep, it is going to be a push regardless of how much you've diet breaks, deloaded, whatever. But along the way, using that sort of thing can really help. And like the deloads help me bulking, so I'm guessing they're going to help me when I'm dieting. So we've got a weird pull day today. We're doing cuff tricep push down for 4 sets. I've fucked it up though actually, because I did triceps yesterday, so sorry guys, I'm doing biceps.
I can't be stopped now, can't stop. I can't be stopped now, can't stop. I can't be stopped now, can't stop. You can try, but I won't stop, won't stop. No more sleep till I rest in peace.
What I see a lot of people do is have the seat really high, and then their armpits aren't like digging into the pad properly, and then you sort of see people going like that and jacking their shoulders backwards and forwards as they're pushing the weight. So what we do, have the seat a little lower, push your ass to the back of the seat, and proper, almost get the feeling when you're pulling up that you're pushing your tricep into the pad, and that will just keep everything locked in and make sure the bicep's the only thing that's working. Oh, hell. So with arms, we have to work in both ranges. So the shortened range, which is where your arm is in front of you, and then the lengthened range is where your arm's behind you. So we're going to do a cable curl using that wanky machine next to us, where our arms are behind us, and we're curling like that, and that works it like that. That's when the biceps fully lengthened, sorry. So we're getting like a full smash on it, for want of a more technical term.
No to all negativity, this is how we were living free. Come to anyone who wants to celebrate from where they came to the outcome. Then from now, what a change, pick at the pace, no way I can slow it down. Give me a minute of your time, I can guarantee all things work for who believe. All it takes is the faith of a mustard seed. Who can stop what was meant for me?
So, humerus is behind your body, and we're not moving the elbow forward or anything, we're just sort of letting that like bicep drag it up with the upper arm fixed in that position. Big stretch at the bottom. Nah. Smoke. And we finish on a bit of rear delts. I'm guessing he's done that to sort of give the back a little rest. Go back in with some, I think it's either machine or cuffed rear delts. Obviously we've got the 1MR cuffs. We're ready to go just in case. So rear delts cuffed at the elbow. We're basically, like, your rear delt works from your like humerus moving from there to there. We're taking the scapula out of it. So we're just taking a joint out of it and like reducing the amount of like variables that are there. Like we're not thinking about like this part of your arm. We're not thinking about keeping your wrists solid. We can just sort of pull from where the rear delt wants to pull from. That's how I think it anyway. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Got all tangled up then. Smooth criminal. That's what they call me. Not. So isolation exercises. I think me and Dan got chatting on the bicep curls, to be fair, but we're usually trying to go for a bit of a less rest time in between. I actually got like the set rest times that I'm meant to have on the plan. So try and stick to them as much as possible. But as a general rule of thumb, isolations, we're resting a little bit less. Compound exercises where we're using multiple joints, a little bit more neurally taxing and stuff like that, we're going to need a little bit longer. So like 2 to 3 minutes for compounds, again, general rule of thumb, and then probably like minute to 2 minutes for isolation. So I reckon that's about 1 minute. So elbows up nice and high. Try and bring that upper arm out in line with your rear delt. You'll see some people as they get into the set, like their elbows will drop, taking it off your rear delt and into your back a little bit. So we want to be nice and relaxed through there, through your upper back, and you're just moving out like that. And then it looks like I'm doing a row, but I'm just like letting my arm naturally bend as I'm pulling out, sort of thing. I'm not actively thinking about this lower arm really. And then with the 2 yellow ball things on the cable, again, for want of a better term, we just let them meet in the middle so they're not like doing all this clicking over each other. Now my rear delts are burning up quicker because I've been chatting shit. One more set and we're done.
I can't stop. I can't stop. I can't stop. You can try, but I won't stop.
Right, so obviously that was episode 1 of Disclosure Season. Thank you for watching all the way to the end if you've made it this far. But make sure you like, comment and subscribe because we are going to be uploading regular. We've got Dan in at least once a month. We've got Ewan in quite often as well. So we're going to be regular uploads, giving you a real good insight into what actually goes into like a bodybuilding prep, a men's physique prep. We've got, I think me and Dan have got a day in the life planned next, like already like planned out, penciled in and stuff. So it's going to be good. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe.
Keep climbing for the top. Simmer down, you too loud, look around. You can try, but I won't stop.